Hello, everyone. We'll just give you a couple more seconds to maybe finish up your conversations, find a seat. We have a really exciting evening ahead of us, and honestly, I can't wait. I kept asking our stage manager, Emily, is it time? Is it time? Can I get up here now? Because I love these pitches. I love to meet these folks and hear their amazing ideas, and I know so many of you are excited as well. Can you believe this is our 10th anniversary of Impact Pitch? 10 years of doing this. I'm Travis Mayfield, by the way. I am your MC, and it's an honor to be here. I've done it for the last number of years, and I look forward to this every single year. For accessibility purposes, I just wanted to describe myself, give you a brief self-description. I'm a 48-year-old white man with zero hair on the top of my head, a little bit of scruff on my face that's, salt and peppery these days, more salt and less pepper, I'm afraid. And I'm wearing a blue suit. We're so pumped to have you here this evening in this fantastic venue at South Seattle College. We've really grown up. Joe Sky Tucker just said to me, this is it. We've made it, folks, right? We are so glad that you're here in person in a world where virtually events are still happening, but it's nice to be face to face. We appreciate our virtual audience as well, but we've got to celebrate big time tonight, right? So before we dive in, though, there's a bit of business we want to do. We want to shout out to our friends, our Oregon crew. Our Point West Credit Union and Unitas are hosting a watch party in Tigard, Oregon, just outside of Portland. So we're glad those folks are there. They're joined by Business Impact Northwest staff and a whole slew of folks from our Oregon community members. And really, they're here to cheer on our finalists and join us virtually for this amazing event. And last but not least, we really want to say thank you to all of the folks who are joining us virtually, the folks who are out there in cyberspace. Thank you very much for doing that as well. This is a big event, and we are thrilled to have every single one of you participating this evening. Can you believe it, though? 10 years of doing this. Big ideas, big dreams, hard work. Business Impact Northwest has been backing these kinds of businesses that don't just grow, they actually build up entire communities. And that's what we're here tonight to celebrate. The finale of 5 months of hard work here, over 115 entrepreneurs, and they're bringing their A game, probably their A+ game tonight. We are so excited about these 10 finalists. Each of these contestants will be on this stage, and they're going to pitch you their businesses, and then our amazing judges are going to ask them questions, are going to give them things to think about, are going to help them refine their business plans. And this year, this is what's on the table: $47,000 in prizes. We are awarding $10,000 each for each of the categories. You know them, right? Startup, early stage, and established business. And then, of course, there's the special $1,000 prize that's the top voted marketing video, and that's where you come in. Whether you're here in person or watching at home, you are going to get a chance to vote during intermission on the best video, the best marketing video. And of course, we want your support not just now, but year-round as well. We want you to be part of Business Impact Northwest's mission. If you're here in person, there's a QR code up on the screen right now. Just get out your phone before I make you put it away, because we're going to do that in a minute. But if you could just scan that QR code, there's also signs in the bar area, or if you have the brochure, it's on the back if you don't have your phone with you, or it's already put away. And that's a way that you can contribute, big or small, and make a really big impact here in our community by uplifting small businesses in our community. And I just want to say thank you for doing that in advance. It's why Business Impact Northwest exists and why events like this can happen. Lastly, before we go, I do want to remind you, yes, please, can you put your mobile phones, your devices on silent, and try not to create any additional distractions. these contestants, these folks, these participants, these business entrepreneurs have been focused, like I said, for 5 months on this, and we want to give them our undivided attention, and we don't want to add any additional stress by being distracting in the audience. Thank you very much for your understanding. Now, I'm really excited to be able to introduce, or let them introduce themselves, our guest judges this evening. So let's start with Takia Ward. Let's start with you, Takia. Thank you.
Mic check. Good evening, everybody. Takia Ward here, entrepreneur, born and raised Seattle, Washington, owner of the Resole 206. I am wearing a cream cap with a green brim, a cream shirt, and a beige vest. Happy to be here.
And Jason?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Jason Hamlin with Harborstone Credit Union, Community Development Manager, and excited to be here. A little plug for Harborstone. We have been along here for 10 years, just like you, and we're excited to see what's going on. Thank you.
And Samantha.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Samantha Lay, and I serve as the President and CEO for the Seattle Southside Chamber of Commerce and Executive Director for the Success Foundation. We empower individuals through community and education, workforce development, and support our economic development initiatives in ecosystem in the South Side of Seattle. For accessibility, I'll share a brief description of myself. I am an Asian woman with long blonde hair, wearing a red suit and white shirt. It's truly an honor to be here celebrating with everyone here, celebrating innovation, resilience, and heart that small business owners bring to our communities. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's give them a big round of applause. And with that, are we ready to just dive right into it? All right, let's do it. We are going to start with Kia Lo with Lo Tao Asian Markets. Please come to the stage and make your pitch.
Agriculture meets community. Located in beautiful Bend, Oregon, we will be one of only 2 Asian markets within a 3 to 6 hour drive. Lo Tao is built on authenticity, accessibility, and community, bringing real Asian groceries closer to home and creating a one-stop destination for food, culture, and connection. Our target market includes 3 groups: Asian residents of Bend, the wider Central Oregon community, and local restaurants and chefs. Lo Tao goes beyond being a store. Our social impact is rooted in community, amplifying Asian voices, small business collaboration, and cultural advocacy. Our mission is to build a bridge that connects cultures and inspires belonging.
Thank you. And thank you so much, Travis, for being here and just getting me up here. I appreciate it. My name is Kia. I am wearing a blue sweater, blue jeans, black shoes. I am a 4'11" Asian woman. I am the founder of Lo Tao Asian Market. When I first moved to Bend, I was surprised to discover there wasn't an Asian grocery store here. And for families like mine, that distance means being cut off from the ingredients that connect us to our traditions and to our culture. While Bend does have one competitor, they can't meet the full demand. Lo Tao can change that. At 2,000 square feet, more than twice the size of our competitor, will offer a wider, more diverse selection of products. At Lo Tao, our values are simple. We will be authentic by carrying products from over 9 Asian countries, reflecting the diversity of some of Bend's Asian population. We will be accessible by creating a welcoming space where everyone feels at home and comfortable using Asian ingredients. And we will be a community hub where the Asian community can connect and be seen. Together, these values are what makes Lo Tao the right solution to Bend's lack of access to Asian foods and goods. Lo Tao will address 4 community needs, beginning with jobs. We will employ 2 full-time cashiers and 1 part-time stalker at $25 and $23.50 an hour, respectively, which is about 30 to 40% above Bend's retail standard. Beyond jobs, Lo Tao will uplift Asian voices by partnering with local chefs, featuring Asian artists, and offering cultural education. Overall, we address limited grocery access, livable wages, underrepresentation, and cultural disconnection in Bend. The Asian community makes up nearly 3% of Bend's population, and it's growing fast with a 108% increase in Deschutes County between 2010 and 2020. But demand goes beyond that. Bend has more than 50 thriving Asian restaurants, showing the wider population fully embraces Asian cuisine. Nationally, ethnic groceries are among the fastest growing segments in retail, and yet in Bend, only one competitor in a single grocery aisle try to meet this demand. We can fill that gap. To capture this market, Lotao combines grassroots outreach with digital marketing. On the ground, we've already built relationships by connecting with the Asian community and attending cultural events. Digitally, we'll use social media and our website to share stories, stay relevant with trends, highlight products, and feature the local Asian community. When setting pricing, I reviewed competitor price points and sourcing costs, then built averages across 4 product categories. The goal was balancing affordability with sustainable margins. Some numbers may look unusual, but that's the result of grouping so many products into just 4 categories. The same approach guided my cost of goods. By averaging within categories, I created a model that reflects wholesale supplier pricing and expected shrinkage, giving me realistic stocking costs. Operationally, I projected these expenses in line with industry realities, and yes, the grocery industry is expense heavy, with US stores typically running on 1 to 3% net margins. However, I built additional revenues in the plan to stay sustainable, and that is why Lotao's model projects a 6% net margin in year 1. In year 1, we focus on stability. By year 2, we reach steady profitability, and by year 3, we project strong net income. I should win this prize because while I work to secure the $240,000 to open Lotao, this $10,000 will go towards strengthening marketing visibility and directly engaging with the Bend community through surveys, pop-ups, and sampling events. The leadership team is just me. I bring my degree in recreation management with a minor in business, 10 years of experience in retail and hospitality, and entrepreneurial experience having run both a Hmong food business and crochet business. But I have certainly not done this alone. I have 6 wonderfully dedicated business advisors, shout out to y'all, including one with over 30 years of direct grocery industry experience. Most importantly, I bring with me the grit and passion that have gotten me this far and will continue to drive Lotao forward. Thank you.
How you doing, Kia? Mic check 1, 2. How you doing?
You know, I'm doing okay. I could be a little better. Thank you for
Great.
asking.
Good job, good job. I wanted to talk about your leadership team. You talk about the 6 advisors that you have working with you. What are some of the tools that they've kind of given you along this journey? Because when you talk about the financial need that's going to be necessary for you to open this shop, it sounds like a pretty big feat. So how are they helping you to manage that?
So many tools. I would just like to start off by saying this right here is one of the biggest tools for me. It has been wonderful and an honor to talk with all of you. No matter what happens tonight, I have gotten so much feedback and so many ideas that will get me to where I need to go. So when it comes to my advisors, I think the biggest one for me right now, or the biggest one that has given me tips directly involved in the grocery industry, is John, my advisor of 30 years. And he has pointed me to conferences that I should go to and have attended. He has given me industry-related trends and information that I've needed that have helped me with this, the word I'm looking for, but this right here. And he has been the biggest one. Of course, the business, I have a SBDC advisor and the business impact advisor who has given me so much advice on how to talk, how to run a business, what it all entails, just the general advice. And I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet right there, but I do have a marketing advisor which will help me with social media and how to advertise my products. And then my business law advisors, of course, they're helping me with legal aspects as well, which includes product, making sure that if I take things off ChatGPT, that I'm not going to be found legally of anything. So tips like that.
Good work, thank you.
Hello. I have a question about the 50 local restaurants. Do you supply to them, or do they order offline, or can you somehow get in with them for business reasons? And
Yeah, so I have talked with a lot of the Asian restaurants in Bend, and they have already built really good supplier relationships with wholesalers and just the warehouses. So what they really need right now is when they are running out of product, they would like for me to be able to supply them with last minute needs. So I am not here to disrupt any of their business or to take over anything. I am just here to support those small businesses and supply them with, again, last minute needs.
that's great, thank you.
So with growing interest in global and ethnic foods, how do you plan to educate customers in Bend, Oregon, and build loyal repeat shoppers beyond novelty or one-time curiosity?
So community engagement is really, I think, my favorite part about this business, and it's what I'm really good at. And what most of my background is it community engagement. I don't want to be just known as a novelty store, and I plan to do a combination of the two, food and fun, right? I plan to be everywhere, 5Ks, marathons, drag nights, D&Ds. I plan to be everywhere, and because as an underrepresented person in the community, I really want to go out into those communities and show them that I see you, I feel you, I understand, how can I support you? So that's how I'm going to reach them, and hopefully with that, I'm able to have them stay with me, be loyal with me, and share my brand identity. I'm not sure if I quite answered all of the components to that question, but if there's anything that I can address, I'd be more than happy to.
You did great, thank you.
Thank you.
Kia Lo with Low Tao Asian Market. We're gonna ski bachelor this year, so I'm gonna stop in and see your store in Bend. Up next, we're gonna invite Jessica Wagner with Idaho Wild onto the stage.
Across the Pacific Northwest, we lose more than 4 farms every single day. And here in Valley County, most of our food is trucked in. With our small population, supplies are already limited, and when tens of thousands of tourists arrive each summer, they get stretched even thinner. That's why I started Idaho Wild. We're growing fruits and veggies right here at home.
It's tough. Our growing season is short, and I'm out here most nights covering crops just to keep them alive.
But this is bigger than my farm. By selling at farmers markets and to local chefs, we're building resilience and keeping farming alive for the next generation here in our community.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I am a white woman with way too much gray hair and a blue shirt and a black skirt. So I'm with Idaho Wild in Donnelly, Idaho, where we're growing resilience and we're feeding our community. In Valley County, Idaho, we're proud to be a year-round tourist destination. We have mountains, lakes, and trails, but for locals, it's a food desert. We have 2 stores in a 70-mile radius. Families pay exorbitantly high prices for poor quality food, and it's trucked in across one single sketchy highway. Actually, 70% of our homes in the area are for seasonal visitors. So we see really large population swings that can really strain our supplies. Our solution is simple. We just need to grow local. So it ensures our community has reliable access to high quality, healthy food. Growing local strengthens our food security and it keeps the dollars circulating where it makes the biggest impact. We started at our local seasonal farmers market. Next, with your help, we get to expand from 1 to 3 markets. Then we move to a CSA, land for a UPIC farm, and ultimately, we want to do a full co-op style market village where we create opportunity for other small businesses to grow and educate our community. Every year that we grow, our community impact grows for generations. Initially, we focus on the root of our market. Our farmers market shoppers are typically women aged 30 to 65, and their families, retirees, second homeowners, and seasonal visitors. They value quality, sustainability, and personal connection with their food producers. Then we have our local chefs. Whether from upscale venues or from casual spots, they've told me how eager they are to feature our truly local dining experience. In fact, they're already sourcing local meats in our area, and so they're ready to adapt their menus just to showcase what we can grow. Our first community survey made it very clear. 95% say that they would rather support small businesses, and 80% say they're tired of box store quality. So we know what they want, and we're here to grow it. Since we're remote and our resources are so limited, our only real competition is the big box stores. As local backyard growers, we recognize our area comes with challenges, and the need is so strong that we don't compete with one another, we collaborate. These are actually just some of the local businesses that we partner with because we build our market strategy through our community. We don't have billboards for advertisement where we live, so it's all about who you know, and we share knowledge like bread, the way that neighbors should. This $10,000 changes everything for us. We purchase our first high tunnel with this money, and it extends our growing season from 5 months to 9. It protects our valuable crops from those hungry little wildlife pests that like to eat their weight in ripe veggies, and this money ensures that we move into the next chapter of our journey. Okay, so let's talk money. Here you can see that our overhead stays low and our net profit grows steadily year after year. We cut costs with techniques like seed harvesting, composting, and propagation. We keep our prices competitive with local big box stores, despite customers actually expecting to pay more for farmers market prices, because we believe that good food is a right, it's not a privilege. Our leadership team is small but mighty. It's mostly me and my family. We do all the heavy lifting, and we collaborate with businesses and growers. I've spent nearly a decade mastering growing in our tough mountain conditions, and I rely on my local extension office and my fellow growers to help problem solve. And of course, the business coaches have also helped me learn the business side of things. So while we may be a small operation, we're prepared and we're always learning. So that's Idaho Wild, where we're growing resilience and feeding our community. Thank you for helping us grow for the next day or for the next generation.
Hello there. My question would be for you is, with limited access to the big box stores in your local, and most of your consumers are sometimes seasonal?
Yes.
How would you expect to expand and grow when you have no customers?
Well, we do have a standard population of 10 to 12,000 people. And if we can go back to, I think the first slide, maybe I can go back that far. We don't just fluctuate for like a month with seasonal tourists because we have mountains and lakes and trails, like I said. You can see our population kind of fluctuates pretty steadily throughout the year. So in the wintertime, what I really plan on doing is teaching classes on preserving, making jams, canning, things like that. And that helps to sustain our slower times. But summertime will be that kind of pushing those veggies that I can grow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, as you move from concept to launch, what key operational or production challenge do you anticipate, and how are you preparing to meet it?
So things that I anticipate are really, it comes down to our season. We are actually dealing with typically about 7 months of freezing temperatures where we live. So having that growing high tunnel, or the high tunnel to grow in, really makes a huge impact. We do have farmers in our area that are growing wheat, large crops like that, but because it is so challenging, we really have to accommodate and make special conditions like growing in high tunnels or temperature-controlled greenhouses. So does that feel like it answered your question? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
In the video, you talked about the loss of farms in the area and how rapidly it's happening.
Yeah.
I would imagine that climate probably has a big deal to do with that. And you're describing now how the tunnel might help with, sustaining some of those farms.
Yeah.
Can you speak about how this sort of business model can expand beyond your home to the other homes in your area?
Well, it takes a certain type of person to live where we live, and a lot of our neighbors are really almost in that homestead mindset of we want to grow and we share a lot of our knowledge with one another. And so, but some of us just can't grow in the quantity, and it does take quite a lot of skill to grow, especially in those kind of conditions. And so making sure that we are, using those resources and we're really tapping into how we grow. And then I have the pleasure of working with a large retirement community in my full-time job that I do, and they are so eager to share third-generation raspberry plants with me, or fourth-generation strawberry plants. So we are really reaching our community through that very tight-knit quantity. Did that feel like that answered your question?
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Jessica Wagner with Idaho Wild, thank you very much. And now let's welcome Gwen Root and Molly Reese with Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu to the stage.
Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu is more than a gym. It's a gathering place built on respect, resilience, and inclusion. We combine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training space with hostel-style accommodations at a venue fit to host visitors and martial artists from all over the world. Building on the community foundations we've created in Seattle, our school will be a sanctuary space for people who are often overlooked in combat sports, especially queer and transgender athletes. We've already proven the demand by hosting martial arts tournaments and training events that have brought hundreds of competitors and participants from across the globe. With Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu, we're expanding that energy into a permanent home, where the fight isn't just on the mat, it's for equity, resilience, and belonging. Hi, thank you for having me here. My name is Gwen. I'm a 28-year-old white woman with brown hair tied back. I've got a bunch of tattoos. I'm wearing a green knit sweater and black pants. And I'm excited to tell you about Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu, first of its kind Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy and hostel coming to Seattle next year. So let me tell you about some of the problems that I've noticed. Trans people are over 4 times as likely to experience violent victimization in our lifetimes. We desperately need spaces to learn to defend ourselves, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a great vehicle for that. Secondly, martial artists of all sorts rarely get time to step out of our busy lives and focus deeply on training our skills. And thirdly, Seattle has very limited options for low-cost lodging. There's only 3 hostels in the city. So Abraxas is going to solve all 3 of these together. We're going to offer affordable monthly gym memberships for our local community. We'll offer week and weekend-long training camps, complete with healthy food and world-class guest instructors. And we'll also offer clean, safe, and low-cost accommodations for travelers to the city. And we're not starting from scratch. Over the last 4 years, we've hosted over 50 training events, self-defense workshops, and martial arts tournaments that have drawn hundreds of participants from across the country. Also, between my co-founder and I, we have over 30 years of combined Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training experience, which has helped us develop close connections with instructors from all over the world. So our business is going to generate revenue in 3 ways. We'll offer our floatable monthly memberships to the local team, we'll host these multi-day all-inclusive camps, and then we'll open up the hostel on non-camp nights to folks visiting the city, offering online booking on platforms like Hostel World. So who are we competing with? Well, there other jiu-jitsu gyms in Seattle, of which there are about 20, are often prohibitively expensive for folks in my community, and from personal experience are often not welcoming to women or queer people or other marginalized identities. Other camps are popping up around the world, but they're mostly in places like Europe or on tropical islands, so they require significant travel and thousands of dollars to participate. And like I said, there's only 3 hostels in Seattle, and they're all downtown, and they're quite large and impersonal. So Abraxas is going to offer an affordable, supportive, and immersive alternative to each of these. And we already know how to reach our audience. We've reached tens of thousands of people on social media already, and through the events that we've hosted so far, we've developed a loyal following, along with tabling at events like Pride. And we've also had our story featured in some more major publications, including The Stranger, Seattle Gay News, and Real Change, among others. So who's going to be running this thing? My co-founder, Molly, is a 3-stripe black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's been training a long time, and she's going to be responsible for teaching the local classes and helping coordinate guest instructors. I'll handle the operations side of things, responsible for the hotel, catering, and the guest experience. I'm a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu, and I founded Queer Fight Night in 2021. So the numbers look good too. We're expecting to make around $37,000 in profit in year 1, and then that's going to jump up to $189,000 and $210,000 in years 2 and 3. About half of that is going to be coming from the camps, and then a quarter of it from the hostel on non-camp nights, and then the rest will come from memberships, private lessons, and merch sales. We have a budget of $35,000 to build out the space, and by the end of year 1, we're projecting $47,000 in revenue with $30,000 in costs, giving us a healthy 30% margin. So right now, we're currently touring buildings, ready to sign when we find the right home. We've raised $50,000 so far, and the $10,000 prize from winning this contest will keep us above water through the midpoint of year 1. Our launch is targeted for February of next year, and our first camp and our 5th tournament is planned for March. So like I said, Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu is more than a gym. It's a safe haven, a training ground, and a home for our community. Thanks, and Molly and I love to take your questions.
Thank you so much for the presentation. So your model combines martial arts, training, hospitality, and social impact. How will you balance affordability for marginalized communities with financial stability as you grow with the rising costs of operations?
Well, we're really excited that our revenue streams are going to be pretty diversified. So the memberships are going to be the most affordable in Seattle, thanks to the fact that we have the hostel and the camps to help support. So we're going to be able to reach people at a lot of different income levels and offer things to a wider number of people than a business that only has a focus on one of those things. And we're also going to be serving a really niche market, combining training and travel, which can't be found anywhere else in the United States so far, but is a pretty popular model in other parts of the world.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, $50,000 and building out this property in Seattle, it seems quite like it's not enough. And that's obviously why you're here, right? But to build a hostel, we have beds, all the things. The camp, I can see being a little less cost effective because you build out your space and that sort of thing. Are you expanding, thinking you're going to do reservations, or how are we going to get customers to begin with? I know you said on social media, but for the first year, how are you going to make reservations? How are you going to set that up?
That's a great question. So we have a big social media following already, and then we're also going to have opportunities to reach wider audiences by hosting guest instructors. So that's going to help us, find people who are really established in the sport, bring people to us. As far as the budget for creating the space, $35,000 is about the bare bones that we have. This is gonna cover things just like buying furniture, getting mats on the ground, and making sure that we have all the amenities that we need to take care of people. But if we were to be able to source more money than that, we could make an experience that was a lot more luxurious and comfortable. And it would also open up a lot of options for more buildings that might not have to be as precisely set out already for our purposes. So we would love to chat about that.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. I have a bit of a two-parter. Can you talk about, or can you expand on the marriage between jiu-jitsu and housing? And then second part, can you also talk about how you plan to navigate our houseless community in partnership with the traveling community?
Hi, I'm super happy to answer that. Just for accessibility, I'm Molly Reese. I'm a 6'3" woman with red and black hair wearing a jiu-jitsu gi with a black belt. As far as the marriage between martial arts and housing, this is something that actually goes back really far. We see a lot of very older martial arts place. It's the kind of place you would travel to and then stay at for an extended period of time. Modern camps nowadays, you tend to go, you travel there, you get a hotel in the area, and so even though there's one price for camp, well, now you have to go find places to eat, you have to stay at a hotel, maybe you're not staying with the rest of the camp people. So combining these two things makes it more of an all-inclusive experience where it's not just you're going to train and you see these people when you're on the mats, you're also getting to stay with them and socialize with them afterwards, and it really builds that community a lot tighter. And I'm sorry, could you repeat the second part of the two-part question?
How do you plan to balance your traveling community with the houseless community that might be local to the area?
Oh, with a houseless community?
Yeah.
Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, we're going to be targeting young people who want to travel to Seattle for really low cost. So this is something that's a really popular model in places like Thailand and in Europe, where folks who are traveling just to visit a place, but are maybe in college or in their early careers, aren't able to afford spaces that are, Airbnbs go for like $150, $250 a night in Seattle. There's really very few options for low-cost accommodations. We've run into this trying to find accommodations for people who travel to our tournaments so far. We have a big network of people that we just try and set up at houses with friends, and so we're excited to be able to offer something that is accessible.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all so much.
Thanks so much.
That was Gwyn Root and Molly Reese with Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu. And can you believe it? That means that we are done with the first of our 3 categories. That was the startup idea stage. And honestly, every single one of those presentations was just inspiring. So let's just give them all one more round of applause. And now we'd like to transition to the second category, and that's the early stage category. So let's start by bringing to the stage Adifa Bristol with Yes Ma Backyard Farm.
In Washington, heritage ingredients are scarce. Shipping is expensive, waits are long, and quality is often low. Caribbean professionals crave the flavors of home, and food adventurers seek bold, farm-fresh taste. Yesma grows over 50 cultural crops and transforms them into authentic Caribbean sauces, pickles, and jams sold at markets across the Sound. But we go beyond the jar. We're strengthening our local food system by training the next generation of farmers and sourcing ingredients from neighboring sustainable growers. We're not just selling crops and condiments, we're preserving traditions, restoring memories, and igniting the flavors of home. Hi, good evening. My name is Adifa Bristol. I am a Black female with black locks. There's a little gray going on in there, so that tells my age. I'm not sure about giving that out. But I have a blue denim shirt and blue denim bottoms. All right. When I moved here from Brooklyn, I went searching for Caribbean foods that taste like home. But instead, I found a gap. Shipments from my family took forever to arrive, and flavors were just not the same. So I turned to the local farmers markets. But the foods I love, the foods my community craves, were nowhere to be found. That's when I understood the bigger problem. In Washington, less than 3% of farms are owned by people of color. When our farms do not reflect our communities, our traditions, and our heritage gets left behind. So I did what the women in my family have always done. I grew my food. Yes, my backyard farm grows over 50 cultural crops and makes authentic Caribbean condiments right here in Washington soil. The matriarchs of my family are the secret sauce. My great-grandmothers were market farmers in Guyana, South America, growing and selling foods that nourished their communities. As a trained farmer and a natural gourmet chef, I'm simply continuing their tradition of excellence. At the heart of our mission is serving the Caribbean diaspora, a vibrant community with roots across Asia, Africa, India, and Native cultures. We also welcome Pacific Northwest food adventurers, offering them a chance to explore bold, fresh, authentic taste. We reach our community through farmers markets, food events, and social media. We convert the curious through unforgettable tasting experiences. We retain relationships through consistent quality and meaningful connections. Our next step is clear: expansion into wholesale, with a target of 5 accounts by the beginning of 2026. Our flagship Guyanese-style pepper sauce delivers an 85% gross margin, making it a powerful engine for growth. 80% of its ingredients are locally grown: the hot peppers, the cucumbers, onions, and garlic, all right here in Washington. Our commitment to freshness, combined with our authentic storytelling, sets us apart. In the $3.5 billion hot sauce industry, we're setting ourselves up to be a great staple. To fulfill the demand, our team includes a 5th-generation Guyanese farmer, a tech director ensuring workflow and FDA compliance, and a young farmer propelling the brand forward. Together, we're blending tradition with technology to scale an agri-business. Year 1 is off to a great start with our growing presence at farmers markets. We are on track to achieving our net goal of 28,000. We project 22% growth in year 2 and 30% in year 3. This is all driven by key equipment upgrades, strategic new hires, and the successful launch of our wholesale accounts. We are creating consistent income for small farmers, especially as government food bank contracts are shrinking. We have already bought 300 pounds of hot peppers from 3 local women and Black-owned farms. We supply 70 families in need with fresh produce, train young women on farm-to-table techniques, and we are healing the soil by adding over 100 cubic yards of organic compost to date. Funding for new equipment will increase our production speed and allow us to reliably meet wholesale demand. We should indeed win the early stage category of impact pitch because this work matters. It brings authentic flavors to more tables, supports local farms, and inspires the next generation of farmers. Thank you.
You did it. Great job.
Yeah, y'all tough. Y'all question has been pretty tough. I'm a little scared.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'd love to hear how the award from this competition would directly impact your business, specifically when you talk about scaling and going into wholesale.
Thanks for asking that. So currently we have so many peppers coming in, especially at this time of the year, and we're also getting peppers from our local farmers. The other day we were in the kitchen and it took us 2 hours to process a couple of bins of peppers. If we had the machinery with the cutters, that's something that can be cut down into 15 minutes. With us being small, we maximize time as much as possible. So having the right equipment, especially because we're farming, we're at the markets talking to folks and understanding the product and making it and doing this. Yeah, it takes a lot, and if we can decrease the time to make the product, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
The wholesale companies, do you have any connections with any of them currently? You working with anyone?
So yeah, we were recently at an event, Taste of the Sound, and we got approached by a couple of retailers there. So we're already in talks with 3 wholesalers. It's just knowing that we are able to scale up this product and process the peppers we have because they are sensitive, right? And so they can't last forever. So we have to definitely step up and process those as quickly as possible, knowing that we could fulfill those orders starting 2026.
Thank you.
So my question is about impact. Your farm honors the legacy of women and sustainability. How might you expand that education and intergenerational impact in the community that you serve?
Good question. So we recently started working with Phenomenal She, which is a wonderful organization out of Federal Way. They have a STEAM program for young women of color. And this year we took a week-long journey where they came to the farm, learned farming techniques, and with my culinary background, we were able to take that produce back into the kitchen and make meals. So those are some things that I would love to continue to expand with organizations that are already doing a thing, and just need to find some farmers of color doing it. In addition, my son is a budding farmer. He's been working on our farm and other farms for the last 3 years. So we're doing as much as we can to inspire the next generation, and hopefully having more of an online presence will do that also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Adifa Bristol with Yes Ma Backyard Farm. Now we'd like to welcome to the stage Pablo Vasquez with TJ's Street Tacos.
Tacos here in Capitol Hill, inside Captain Black's. This is for everyone that wants to enjoy a delicious street tacos, just like the ones made there in Tijuana. Seattle has plenty of Mexican food, but it's missing one thing, the authentic taste of Tijuana street tacos. That's the opportunity TG Street Tacos is capturing. We serve tacos, loaded fries, burritos, and more, all made fresh to order, just like back home in Tijuana. I've already hired 3 Latino employees who came here for a better future, and a brick and mortar will let me employ even more. It's not just a job, it's a place where Latino workers could feel at home cooking the food they grew up with. Winning this competition will help us secure a brick and mortar location, expand my team, and bring Seattle the taqueria it deserves. That's why TJ Street Tacos should win. Cheers. Thank you. Hello, my name is Paulo Vasquez. I am the founder of TJ Street Tacos. I am a Mexican male with a black beard, a black baseball cap, a black shirt, blue sweater, and blue slacks. I came to Seattle with nothing. No family, no connection, just a dream. Before this, I worked as a probation officer in California, but I always wanted to do something on my own. Seattle has great food, but when it comes to late night, there's no place like Tijuana Tacos. That's where I come in. In Capitol Hill, everything closes early. People leave the bars hungry with nowhere to go. Imagine walking in and seeing 5 taqueros in front of you, just connecting with the customers and making tacos right in front of you. That's what TJ's brings, real food, real culture, and real connection. We serve tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and loaded fries, all fresh, made to order. We're inside a small 21-bar kitchen, which limits our hours and customers. But even so, our first year, we made $160,000 in 2024. That proves that people just don't want tacos. They want our tacos. This business isn't built on trend. It's built on generations. My grandma had a taco stand in Tijuana in the 1970s selling her cabeza tacos, raising her 10 kids, but my grandpa sold her stand. My uncles later opened successful taquerias in San Diego and Las Vegas, and I trained with them for 2 years, and we also won Best Taco in 2016 in San Diego. I believe God gave me a small kitchen to learn every part of the business and prepare myself for growth. We've proven what we can do from a small bar kitchen, $160,000 our first year and $188 year to date. But that's the limit. With the brick and mortar open 10 a.m. to 4 a.m., we'll capture the lunch, dinner, and late night scenes. We'll expand into catering and community events, building a scalable year-round operation. In 2023, we went viral, and that's how TJ was born in Seattle. We're built on strong local following of foodies, workers, and late night crowd. Our customers know us, they tag us, and they share our story. We'll grow through influencers, collaborations, and Seattle events, celebrating Latino culture this isn't just making marketing, it's about belonging and connection. We know the competition. Taco trucks, Tex-Mex spots, and Dick's Burgers right up the street from us. They serve fast food, but we serve community. People come to TJ's for culture, the story, and the connection. We're not just a restaurant, we're a culture and community come together. Our leadership team is just me and 3 employees. I do everything from payroll, cooking, taxes, and prepping. My mentor is my uncle that runs a successful taco business, and he continues to mentor me. As we grow, we'll hire taqueros, assistants, and staff, creating jobs and representation of the Latino community in Seattle. Our impact goes beyond food. It's about visibility and pride. In 2024, we made $160,000. In 2025, year to date, we're at $188,000. But the ceiling at the bar will be $300,000. With the brick and mortar, we'll scale to millions, projected $3.9 million in 2027. We've proven profitability and consistent cash flow, and we're ready to expand. With the $10K prize, we'll secure a SBA loan. They require 10% down. That loan helps us lease and build a brick and mortar, purchase equipment, and hire staff. I'm already a microloan borrower from Business Impact Northwest, and I've proven the ability to manage cash flow and repay debt. This 10K isn't just money. It's a launch pad for growth and impact to the community. When we grow, so does Seattle. We'll create jobs, opportunity, and cultural representation, giving Seattle its first taqueria it deserves. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Business Impact Northwest. And thank you, Seattle, for believing in TJ Street Tacos. Thank you.
Who wants to go first? Because I'm not ready.
Y'all go. So, love tacos. I'm not a meat eater, unfortunately, so I don't really get to partake too much. You're in Captain Black's currently, yes?
Currently, yes.
And the plan is to go brick and mortar, so you're looking at a different location, hopefully in Capitol Hill.
That's correct, yes.
I've seen a wave of the street taco vendors kind of popping up around Seattle. Maybe because of your guys' virality, they kind of started popping up out of nowhere, so there's a lot of competition on the street right now.
That's correct.
Tell me why you think going brick and mortar will help you stand out from that kind of competition?
Yeah, so I have two uncles, like I mentioned. They operate big taquerias in Las Vegas and San Diego. It's Tacos El Gordo and TJ's Tacos en Escondido. So pretty much I'm just copying and pasting. Also, what we do is I get all the seasoning from Tijuana. So my uncle helps me right now. He ships it to California, and then from California, I go to California and then ship it to Seattle.
Wow.
So it's a process, but everything is authentic. As you see on the picture, that's the adobada taco. It has a red color, and that's what you'll see in Tijuana. So everything is fresh water as well to keep the freshness and the spices from Tijuana as well.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I have more of a comment than a question. I happen to live in that area, and from 10 to 4 is a perfect opportunity for you. There's nothing up there, like you said. So, but where you're currently at, are the drinks portions, the alcohol, is that part of the 160,000, or is that just food? That's just
That is
tacos?
just food.
Okay, gotcha. So I could see the projection once you have brick and mortar of the 3 million with the alcohol sales and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But the 3.9 is just food as well. Just if
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if
Okay.
we do the taqueria, we'll be making about 23 to 27,000
Okay.
a week.
That's awesome.
And like I said, these are real numbers based on my projections of what I sell at Captain Black's, doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Postmates as well.
Okay,
And these are projections from my uncles as well. So I combined my uncle's financials and my financials, and just found a median right there. And that's what we project by 2027, a full year in business. If we do open a brick and mortar in 2026, anywhere from the second quarter, we could project about $1.4 million.
That's great. Thanks for the clarification. Appreciate that.
So your story and authenticity clearly resonates with your customers. As you expand into the Seattle's really competitive market, how will you maintain that quality and Tijuana street experience at a greater scale? As you talk about expanding into catering, how will you just ensure that you have that signature touch at every event that you're catering, and as you scale up?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so I would, same thing, copy and paste what my uncles do. So pretty much it's just getting equipment and having the form of transportations to start doing catering for businesses and doing events. I really want to do like just Seattle events that represent Latinos, like Independence Day from Mexico, Dia de los Muertos, and try to get our name out there and have people try real tacos made in front of them. And so if we are going to events and catering, they'll get to know us, and they'll eventually go to our brick and mortar for more food. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Pablo Vasquez with TJ's Street Tacos. Now, Prajakta Patil with Suk. Welcome to the stage.
Ever tried saffron ice cream before? Hi, I'm Prajakta. I left tech spreadsheets behind to chase my love for ice cream and started Souk, an Indian-inspired artisanal ice cream brand in Seattle. We dream up flavors that you've never seen before, like blueberry with tulsi sorbet or lavender with tamarind chutney swirl. They're familiar with a little Indian mischief. Our milk is slow cooked the old school way for extra creamy and caramel-like flavor. And because joy tastes better when shared, we source from local farmers and small businesses, weaving community into every bite. What makes us different? We're not just serving dessert, we're serving souk, which means happiness and inner peace.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I am 5'3" brown woman with black hair. I'm wearing green pants, white with blue striped shirt. I am the founder of Souk, an artisanal Indian-inspired ice cream brand in Seattle. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you tried a scoop of ice cream that truly surprised you? Walk into any shop today and you'll see the same handful of flavors, vanilla and chocolate. Well, America loves ice cream, but it's missing diversity. That's where Souk comes in. Souk means happiness or inner peace in Sanskrit. That's exactly what I want people to feel when they first take that bite. Our ice creams start with a handcrafted base made with a traditional slow cooking method from India that caramelizes the milk, giving it a rich, creamy depth you will not find anywhere else. Then we bring in Indian flavors rooted in tradition, but with a fun and creative twist. Think of saffron pistachio, cardamom with soy sauce caramel, lemon with curry leaf. These are just some of our most popular flavors. They sound unusual, but when you taste them, they just make sense. Our impact goes beyond ice creams. For the South Asian community, Souk offers a sense of belonging and a connection to their culture, a taste of home in every scoop. At the same time, we also strengthen our local community by partnering with nearby farms and highlighting regional ingredients. We focus on 3 core customer groups: the South Asian community through weddings and cultural events, millennials and food lovers through farmers markets, and restaurants through our growing wholesale line. To spread the word, we really let our ice creams do the talking. Our growth has been organic, powered by word of mouth, but we don't stop there. We have a strong online community on Instagram where we share our story, attract new customers, and stay connected with the people who already love Souk. It's become more than just a marketing channel for us. It is a space where our customers can share their own Souk moments, turning connection into community. We grow our reach by collaborating with South Asian community organizations, creating authentic connections, and celebrating our culture together. Unlike most brands who use pre-made bases and artificial flavorings, we make everything in-house, slow-cooked, small batch, and made from local dairy. We're not just adding Indian flavors to a vanilla ice cream. We're reimagining what ice creams can be, a blend of authenticity, creativity, and craftsmanship. That's what sets Souk apart. We started recently, but are growing rapidly, achieving a 147% year-over-year revenue growth with 38% growth in profit margin. The biggest barrier right now for us is our production capacity. Our current setup cannot keep up with the demand, and the $10,000 grant will help us fund a Carpigiani batch freezer, allowing us to scale our production while cutting costs significantly. After years of working in tech, I burnt out and began searching for my own Souk. That search led me back to food. I worked in restaurants to hone my culinary skills and discovered my passion to bring Indian-inspired ice creams here. I'm not doing this alone. We are backed by an incredible team. One of our advisors, Vincent Turco, is the CEO of a gelato company based in Boston. His company has won multiple awards, including Best Frozen Treats by Time Out. On the financial side, Shubho brings years of experience from the tech industry, ensuring that our growth is both strategic and sustainable. Together, we have the vision, expertise, and the passion to take Souk from a small batch dream to a national brand, one scoop at a time. Thank you, everyone. We also have samples of our ice creams outside during intermission. Yeah, so feel free to try them.
So ice cream is a really competitive market. What is your strategy for distribution and scaling while maintaining your premium small batch quantity?
Yeah.
Quality, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you for the question. So the our technique that I talked about, which is the traditional slow cooking method, it's really not different from, it doesn't really need any specific different equipment as such. It just needs a longer time to cook down our milk. So it's not different from distribution. It's not different from any other ice cream machine who's figured out their distribution and how they have scaled. So we just need bigger setup and bigger equipment as we grow. And it's just a matter of figuring out how we want to maintain using the technique with that. And it's really not difficult.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you have something.
Go for it.
I'm wondering if you're thinking of just an in-store, people come in and not self-serve, obviously, right? You would serve the customer. And are you thinking of doing, or more wholesale, like you packaging and selling in stores? What exactly is your
Sure.
mission?
So currently we source, we sell by scoops at farmers markets and cultural events and weddings and everything. We also pack pints, and people can either pick up at farmers markets, which they can place the order online through our website. But we also store our pints at an Italian restaurant in Capitol Hill. And we also have a wholesale account with them.
Okay.
And so we give like big batches of ice cream to them.
Thank you.
How would you scale that, given the award from this competition and being able to purchase the machine? Like how would that impact that growth and that scale?
How would we use the funds in the business? Is that your question?
Yeah, if you were to purchase the machine that you mentioned, like how would that help with the wholesale, with the pints and things like that? Like how would you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So basically, right now, it takes me 4 hours to make an 8-quart batch of one flavor ice cream machine. We have two small Italian gelato machines that we use. With the 15-quart Carpigiani batch freezer that you saw on the slide, that's going to make 15 quart of ice cream within 15 minutes. Wow. So it scales up production really well while cutting down our kitchen cost, our labor cost, and everything else. And so that just in general, and in turn, that just reduces our production cost and operation cost.
Exponentially.
Exponentially, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Any additional questions? Do you plan to add any flavors when you're able to scale? How many flavors do you do now, and how many would you add?
So at the farmers markets, I only have 4 flavors at a time, and they keep rotating. I definitely do have 2 of the most popular flavors that I have. Because there's a big demand. No, there's one called saffron pistachio is very popular, and the other one is cardamom with soy sauce caramel. Both are unfortunately not in this one.
Okay.
The ones that you had was Alfonso mango and lavender with tamarind chutney.
Beautiful.
So
good.
Did I answer your question?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Prajakta Patel with Sook, thank you very much. Now let's welcome to the stage Amina Aden with Mina's Matcha.
Hi, my name is Amina, founder of Mina's Matcha, a matcha pop-up cafe here in Seattle. I started this out of my love for matcha and the joy it brings when it's made with care. I traveled all the way to Japan to visit farms and sourced ceremonial grade matcha myself. Every drink is hand whisked and gives steady energy without the crash. My target demographic is students, young professionals, and wellness seekers who want a healthier, more meaningful alternative. Beyond the cup, I honor Japanese tea traditions, tie in my Somali roots of hospitality, and collaborate with women-owned businesses. We use milk and cream from local dairy farmers and serve every drink in compostable cups. Mina's Matcha is my passion. Thank you for listening.
Hi,
I am a 5'7" East African woman with a black hijab, black blouse, and black dress pants. My name is Amina, and I'm the founder of Mina's Matcha. I grew up in a Somali household where tea was the center of gathering and connection. Many years later, I started nursing school, and that's when I discovered matcha, and it quickly became an obsession. As soon as I discovered matcha, I realized I connected it back to the same sense of ritual and community that I had growing up, and this is why I started Mina's Matcha. Out of curiosity, how many of you here have tried matcha before? Okay, how many of you have tried matcha that is really bitter or overly sweet? Okay, so the problem is simple. Most cafes serve cheap matcha that is loaded with sugar or very bitter. People aren't getting the real benefit of matcha, or they're not able to taste it. At the same time, there's an increasing demand for cleaner, healthier energy, and Mina's Matcha is meeting that need. Our promise is quality. We source our matcha directly from small farms in Japan. Every drink is hand whisked and made with care. We also source from local dairy farmers, and we combine my own culture and the Japanese culture in the experience. At the community level, we're already making an impact. We provided local jobs for freelancers, and we use compostable cups. Every Saturday, you can find Mina's Matcha at the Delridge Farmers Market in West Seattle, where we built a loyal customer base and provided a place for people to gather and connect. The global matcha market is projected to grow to about 12 billion in the year of 2035, showing a long-term demand and momentum. In Seattle, cafes are everywhere, but very few specialize in matcha. Our customers, millennials and Gen Z, are the ones driving this growth. Mina's Matcha is standing out by being fully matcha-focused. So far, we've had many pop-ups, markets, private events, and our social media has amplified our reach to first-time customers and returning customers as well. Mina's Matcha started in March of 2025, and so far, there's been a strong demand. We've sold hundreds of drinks in our first month, and by the end of year one, we're projected to grow 700% in our sales. People are coming back again and again. Our drinks have excellent margins, which makes the business sustainable from day one. As sales increase, revenue grows, and profit expands with it. The leadership team here consists primarily of myself, Amina. I have a doctorate of nursing practice, and I'm a nurse practitioner, and I'm also a nursing professor. So I have a lot on my plate, but I've built teams, I've managed operations, I've designed systems. These skills are directly transferable into running and scaling a business. I have a huge passion for matcha and a commitment to community. So, actually, now for the exciting part, I wanted to announce that Mina's Matcha is preparing to open our first brick and mortar in January of 2026 in the U District neighborhood of Seattle. This is one of the city's most energetic neighborhoods. This prize money would help this make a reality. It'll help fund ice machines, refrigerators, furniture for the cafe, and to pay the contractor costs of setting up electricity for overhead lighting and plumbing. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Congrats on opening your space. Brick and mortar is a big deal. How do you plan to, with the brick and mortar space, continue to build the community that your in-person vendor markets kind of share?
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, how do you plan with your brick and mortar space to continue to maintain and build community?
Yeah, so the whole reason why I started this is to build community. I moved to Seattle by myself 2 years ago, didn't have any friends, and I was like, I want to socialize with people, but I also love matcha. So opening up this brick and mortar will give me the opportunity to bring people together. I plan to host events, things like yoga and matcha, um, bring people together, like after run club, they can meet there. Students are in the area, they could just study there. So I want this to be a third space for community building. I want to invite community leaders to host events there. So thank you.
All great things. Thank you.
Awesome.
With this being such a specific niche, if you will, how are you going to come up with pricing? There's really no number one competitor.
Yeah, so there's a few cafes that recently popped up and they're all really so yummy. And I've been selling at the Delridge Farmers Market for a while now, so I have a price point. Drinks are usually anywhere from $8.50 to $9. Takes about $2.50 to make one drink.
Okay.
So margins or profit is already around 70%.
Okay.
So I have my pricing point in order, I have my sourcing down, customer service systems are already in place.
Do you see them going up when you move into the
Yes.
facility?
They're going up because recently with the tariffs, it's becoming a lot. Some of my suppliers in Japan have increased the prices for shipping.
Sure.
And just, it's been tough. I don't want to, but I have to.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Well, I commend you for going to Japan and studying. That's wonderful. I wanted to ask you, matcha is a really respected ingredient and craft in Southeast Asia. How does Mina's matcha honor traditions?
That is a great question, and that is something that I took into consideration when going on this endeavor. I went all the way to Japan to learn the history of matcha, how it's made, and the traditions and the tea ceremonies behind it. And I really respect the traditions behind matcha. So every drink that I make is hand whisked. So it's an experience, it's paying respect to how matcha is done. And I'm being sure to use high quality matcha as well. And I'm also weaving in my own Somali heritage of hospitality, using storytelling and connecting with people while I'm making their drinks for them.
Thank you. Do you have any Japanese or Southeast Asian advisors or partners that you work with?
At this moment, I do not, but that is something that that I plan to do. Currently, I just have my one advisor, Janelle, at Business Impact Northwest. Thank you for the suggestion. That is something that I will definitely incorporate.
Thank you.
That was Amina Aden with Mina's Matcha. And now we want to welcome to the stage to make their presentation Joshua Yoakum with Crutch Carries LLC.
Every year, nearly 6 million Americans use crutches, and every one of them faces the same challenge. You can't carry a drink without risking a fall. That's why I created Crutch Carries, the first patent-pending aluminum drink holder designed to bolt directly into crutches. It's strong, stylish, and made to last. Our mission goes beyond convenience. By giving people back their hands, Crutch Carries restores independence, reduces accidents, and brings confidence back into daily life, starting right here in our community. My name is Joshua. I'm 6 feet tall, young man with a white beard, wearing a blue shirt and pink tie. Recovering from an injury is already extremely difficult, but imagine for a moment you can't carry a coffee to your favorite chair. Kind of sucks, right? That's the life I lived when a bone tumor diagnosis and resulting surgery put me on crutches for 5 extremely long months. I quickly discovered you can't carry a drink 10 feet on crutches. There's a loss of independence, increased risk for falls, and even dehydration. It's a small but widespread problem that decreases quality of life. That's why I created Crutch Carries. It's a patent-pending drink holder made specifically for crutches and walkers. It's lightweight, easy to use, but more importantly, it allows people to carry what they want, where they want, when they want. The product is 100% sourced and made in the United States, supporting both regional, local, as well as national jobs and creating jobs in the future. And when you're done with it, you can recycle it. Our customers rave about how this product increases their independence and quality of life, validating individual impact. Compared to the other drink holders on the market, they're made of cheap plastic and universal clamps. Crutch Carries uses an aluminum design and it bolts directly into the crutches. It's more durable, it's more versatile, and with multiple style options, it's also more stylish without compromising function. The mobility device market is increasing in the United States within the next 10 years, and products like this are needed. But our customers come from two groups: post-operative patients and older people that use walkers. Nearly 6 million orthopedic procedures are performed every year in the United States, and these people find themselves instantly on crutches and unable to carry anything. And for the older people that use walkers on a daily basis, for them, hydration and fall prevention are critical. These people need Crutch Carries. And to get it to them, we're using digital media to increase awareness. You can't buy it if you don't know about it. Using a strategic PR branding campaign, we're repositioning Crutch Carries as the mobility hydration solution. And with a local provider outreach program targeting medical and rehab professionals, we're going to get this product to people who need it early in their recovery, with future expansion into medical supply stores. Crutch Carries retails for $21.95. The cost of goods is between $225 and $392. That's up to 85% margins. Over the next 3 years, we plan to see our net profit increase from $13,000 to nearly $300,000. We can do this because operating expenses are very low as a bootstrapped startup in my garage. Up to this point, I've done everything myself with the help of my advisors. As a United States Marine veteran, I'm no stranger to discipline and determination. As a physical therapist of 20 plus years, I know mobility devices, and I've lived this problem. But to build this company, I need to partner with manufacturing and marketing partners to scale Crutch Carries into a national premium mobility brand. The Impact Pitch Grant will help us with our branding campaign, help fund advertising, purchase equipment to scale manufacturing, as well as increase inventory to meet rising demand. Crutch Carries, it's not just a product. I'm building a movement for independence. And with your vote this evening, judges, we'll help millions of people regain their freedom and their dignity, one crutch at a time.
So what's your next step for product development or diversification of beyond cup holders? And how will you fund that growth?
So there's two directions to that. Crutch Carries is not using universal clamps. So beyond crutches and walkers, there's wheelchairs, there's knee scooters, but I want the coupling mechanism to be specific to the device so we don't compromise the durability. Beyond that, there are so many things that can improve a person's life. Purse holder, phone holder, grocery bag holder. I mean, the options are unlimited. So the product line expansion is definitely one that can increase significantly, but to start off with, I want to move to wheelchairs and knee scooters so I can maximize the availability of the drink holder before expanding to other devices.
Thank you.
So currently, are you selling online? How would I come about to buy one of these?
So currently selling online as well as in person.
Okay.
Perfect example, a neighbor called me about 3 weeks ago and said, hey, do you have a product? I'm like, yeah, I got one. And she told me, it's like, my mom broke her ankle, picked her up from the hospital. First thing she did was, here, carry my drink. And she said, oh no, I know a guy. So she called me. So, obviously in Eastern Idaho, I'm a lot more accessible, but it is available online. But more importantly, my vision is to get this into the medical and rehab professionals, because that's when people are going to get it early in their recovery instead of 3 weeks down the road where they've been miserable and it's like, oh, I got 3 weeks on crutches, I'm just going to suck it up. But we can get it to them early. So currently online, but I think there's a lot we can do to get it to people early in their recovery.
Thank you.
So you're a medical professional. You've been in this industry for quite a while. What does that path to those retailers look like from your perspective?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? It's a little bit hard to hear.
Sorry, what is the path to those medical retailers look like for you from a medical perspective? Like how would you go about getting your product to these?
So a lot of it is boots on the ground. I need to hit the pavement. I need to go to them. The one thing I noticed as a physical therapist was patients would come in the clinic, they'd had knee surgery or shoulder surgery and they have a sling, and stitched on the sling or on the knee brace is the medical provider that they went to. They put their name on it. And so with crutch carries, and you can see on the samples that you have, where it says crutchcarries.com on there, I can switch that out to the medical provider names to give them an incentive to purchase the product for their patients, and they can put their name on it as well. So that's something that I noticed being in the industry that I think that crutch carriers can really utilize to incentivize providers to have this product for their patients.
Smart.
Hello. Yeah. I've got a question around your marketing efforts. Typically, we don't search for like medical products or solutions until we need it. How do you plan on getting the word out about your product before someone needs it so that they are just aware? It's just brand awareness.
That's a great question. And as I've thought about that, because you're right, you oftentimes don't look at it until you need it, which I really believe that getting it into the providers has the greatest opportunity, because people won't know about it, but their physician who knows that this person is at an increased risk for falls at home, they live by themselves, but we need to keep them hydrated, can provide that to their patients without, their son or daughter or brother and sister looking in for it for them, that they can be provided early on when they get those assisted devices.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joshua Yoakum with Crutch Carries LLC. And that is the 5 businesses for this middle category, the early stage category. They all did such a fantastic job. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. And it means we move into our final category of the evening. That's the established business category. Tak Kunimune with Mixed Pantry is now coming to the stage to make a pitch.
Hi, I'm Tak, owner of Mixed Pantry in Seattle. Asian-owned food brands are often pushed into the ethnic aisle, where they struggle to be seen. We solve that by curating with care, amplifying their stories, and making discovery easy. Our core customers are young professionals reconnecting with roots and curious home cooks eager to learn from our communities. At our Seattle shop, guided tastings and events make exploration easy, Online, we showcase a wide range of Asian-owned brands, including those from the Pacific Northwest, scaling their reach while making exploration simple and convenient. For us, every order is a bridge, connecting people through Asian flavors and stories. We give small brands the shelf space they are often denied and amplify their stories to build a stronger community of entrepreneurs. Mixed Pantry, giving small makers a bigger voice and giving customers a chance to belong.
Hello, everyone. I am 5'10"-ish, and I'm from Japan, East Asian man in 40s. I'm wearing a gray hat and a white shirt and a gray pants and orange shoes today. And I'm also wearing a bravery bracelet that my girls made for me today for the stage fright. All right. Hi, I'm Tak from Mixed Pantry. We are an Asian specialty food store in Seattle. Small Asian-owned brands are buried in the ethnic aisle or scattered across all over websites and limiting their growth. But the demand, that is undeniable. The US ethnic food category is projected to hit $98 billion by 2028, growing at over 10% compounded annual growth rate. So that's 4 times faster than grocery. The demand is so strong, but the brands that we care about, they're being left behind. Is this working? Oh, there we go. And that's why we built Mixed Pantry. We carve out a space to carry HPI-owned and imported brands exclusively. At our Seattle location, we curate with intention, highlight the makers behind each product, and create a trusted space for customers to discover with confidence. And it's already making an impact. We've supported more than 25 Pacific Northwest small brands and hosted over 30+ community events so far where customers connect directly with makers. And we are committed to being a local employer, hiring talent and services from our community as we grow. Every dollar spent multiplies across small businesses and local jobs. But how unique are we? Let's look at how we stand out in the broader market. Specialty stores highlight European items and often treat Asian foods as an afterthought. Large Asian grocers have a scale, but do not focus on small brands, and the experience is highly transactional. Mom and pop stores are extremely vital community hubs, but limited in scope and not designed to scale at all. Mixed Pantry is the only one that's intentionally curated, amplifies small brands, builds community through tastings and education, and it is designed to scale. And that's exactly why our strategy is focused and realistic. We know the gap, and here's how we'll use $10,000 to capture it. 50 to 50 funds a 3-month soapbox pilot. That comes with a warehouse space, a loading dock, carrier pickup, co-working space, and even a content studio. The rest, that goes into the warehouse shelvings and targeted ads so we can increase capacity properly with the right organization and reach customers nationally. So as you can see, this $10,000 unlocks more than the storage. It's infrastructure that lets us support more local brands, grow online, and prepare for a second store. And here's what the infrastructure means in real numbers, our growth trajectory through 2028. In 2024, this was the first full year, revenue from product sales were about $225K. And this year, we proved digital traction with the website and ads and on track to make $315K from product sales. Next year, Soulbox gives us a capacity to scale. By 2028, with a second store open, we project $580,000 across retail and online for our product sales side. The $10,000 doesn't spike sales overnight, but it makes sustainable growth possible as we build resilient business with our community. And growth like this doesn't happen on spreadsheets alone. It takes the right people with the right skills. So let me introduce you to the team that's making it happen. The skills that matter most here are food retail management, digital marketing, and design. I bring 15 years in food science and operations. My wonderful wife, Mary, brings nearly 20 years in design, including as a design lead at Apple. Diane leads the community and marketing with award-winning digital experience. Together, we have the right mix of skills to scale Mixed Pantry. Now let me leave you with our vision. Mixed Pantry is a bridge that gives small Asian-owned brands the visibility, respect, and platform they deserve. With $10,000, we raise our ceiling and supporting more makers and serving more customers and laying the foundation for a second store. Every purchase at Mixed Pantry amplifies dozens of small Pacific Northwest businesses, builds jobs locally, and brings people together through food. And that's why Mixed Pantry should win this competition, because this investment doesn't stop with us. It multiplies across our entire community. Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Question for you, obviously. The different price point between a mom and pop shop and let's say the big box Asian grocery store. Where do you align in that? Are you in the in between?
That's a good question. So mom and pop store has a very strong expertise, right? Oftentimes focusing on a very specific Asian culture. Now, larger Asian box store tends to be Pan-Asian. We are Pan-Asian store. I have a master in the food science and technology from Oregon State. I know about food pretty well.
Okay.
I also have an MBA from Portland State University, focusing on the food marketing and logistics side. And I'm trying to create somewhere that's somewhere in between, but with more knowledge and education. Wherever you go, say like Wajmaya or H Mart and all these wonderful places, I rely on those places, but I just buy stuff there.
Right.
But I want to know all these different cultural artifacts and cultural food, and I will be able to provide some of those items at the Pan-Asian level.
That's great, thank you.
Yeah.
So I see that Mixed Pantry serves as both a retailer and a cultural bridge. How do you decide which products or creators to feature, and what values guide that decision and curation?
That's a really good question. So our scope is entirely Asian and Asian American, so that's definitely the very minimum for sure. But within our community, there are so many underrepresented population as well. So I think Kia and I were talking about this the other day too. There's so many. Like I'm a very lucky person in a way because I'm a Japanese immigrant here. When I came to the States in 2000, there was nothing here for Japanese people too. Now there are so many others. So I feel like I don't necessarily need to highlight some of those stuff. I would like to specifically pick the items that are less represented in the big box stores for sure. Of course, I do prioritize the local ones as well, but I try to focus on entire Asia. So for example, I put extra emphasis and effort into finding products from South Asian and Southeast Asian diaspora, because oftentimes API grouping kind of leaves some of those out and tend to focus on Central and the Eastern Asian side. And I'm included, but I should, as a person who is included, I should be standing up and saying, hey, we need to be really including everybody within the Asian diaspora. So that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you talk about how the 10K award, you mentioned the salt box storage and the other aspects of how that would go into your business. Can you talk about how it would impact it over time? You have a 3-month sort of window that you're looking at. How do you plan to leverage that 3 months to go into, your overall?
Yeah, so that 50 to 50, that is only going to cover for 3 months. And after that, we're going to have to, be sustainable and operating and all that stuff. In terms of what this really impacts, so our store is 1,200 square footage in the Belltown, and First and the Bell, please come. I'm hiring too. That space is absolutely wonderful, but it has its limitation, right?
Sure.
And if you're also trying to double down on the online side and everything, we just really need a space. Sure. And we could definitely go towards the 3PL, third-party logistics side of a factory and that kind of a warehouse solution. But I really wanted to go for the salt box side of a solution so that we can continue to keep more engaged and more connection with our online customers. And I think the salt box 50 to 50, even though that is relatively expensive for the warehouse space, I think that is going to provide us the key brand authenticity for the online customers as well. So that is one of the very important part. The other part, of course, is the real capacity for the second store and online, all the other stuff.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Absolutely. Great. Thanks.
Tak Kunimune with Mixed Pantry. Thank you very much. And now let's welcome Christine Hopkins with ASCII Federal Services, LLC, to the stage.
Hopkins, President and CEO of ASCII. We help businesses manage complex supply chains so that they can grow sustainably and deliver on what they promise. We focus on energy, federal contracting, and small manufacturers that rely on inventory, equipment, or products. Our clients do not just get logistics support. They gain a true partner who sees hidden problems and solves them before they cost time or money. Most of our team are veterans and military spouses, bringing a shared sense of duty, discipline, and mission focus to every project we undertake. And we share our expertise by coaching and educating small businesses, because when they thrive, communities thrive.
My name is Christine Hopkins, and I'm a 5'4" woman with brown hair, a blue polo, and black pants. We help small businesses and large businesses that have complex supply chain problems, but let's talk about why that matters. Before our founder passed away, he made one final request of me, and that was not to let the company die with him. So I took over a company, I made that promise and took over a company on the verge of collapse due to over-reliance on the energy sector. I stayed to fight for what we had built, but that meant shifting into new industries. So we still serve large energy companies that are outsourcing supply chain functions. We also serve federal agencies that need logistics support and small manufacturers that are looking to scale. We provide a mix of business process outsourcing services and consulting services. And we build relationships and build trust through long-term partnerships and providing real content online. That trust leads to repeat customers, referrals, and stronger proposals. When supply chains fail, it's people that pay the price, not just in dollars, but in time. We have one customer in Alaska that told us it used to take 6 months for a simple box of pens to arrive because the military rightly prioritized critical shipments, but that left people in remote areas scrambling for basic supplies. That same box of pens now takes 3 days to arrive. We remove the friction so that people can do their jobs. We're also working with a small coalition of manufacturers in Alaska to put together a shared logistics model. That looks like a warehouse in Tacoma to consolidate shipments and a cross-dock in Anchorage to streamline deliveries. Through sourcing together, consolidating shipments, and streamlining deliveries, we're saving them money, time, and making them more competitive. And when the Dalton Highway flooded and the supply lines to Alaska's North Slope were shut off, one of our customers desperately needed supplies and nothing was moving. So we joined in the emergency response, flew in critical items, and helped them redesign their staging system. We showed up when things got hard, and that's how we build long-term partnerships. Most of our employees are military veterans, but transitioning out of the military isn't easy. They often lack the resources and support necessary to adapt, and most companies think that that's too big of a risk. We don't. We invest in them and support them through that. And that is why we have a leadership team that's been with us an average of 16 years in an industry where turnover is the norm. We're through the recovery stage and growing steadily through multi-year labor contracts that provide predictability, even on low margins. We know our numbers, we know our cost to deliver, and we know how to protect our margins while we're scaling. To assist with that scaling, we are in the process of securing some SBA funding to provide some additional working capital and help fund compliance costs, while also providing startup capital for large federal contracts. Because here's the truth, the cost of doing business with the federal government is a barrier to entry for most small businesses. And this prize money would help offset that cost of compliance. Cybersecurity costs alone cost us more than $100,000 a year. And $10,000 may sound like a drop in the bucket, but every dollar we don't have to spend on red tape is a dollar that we can put into our people and into our customers. So whether it is a soldier on base or a small manufacturer trying to keep the lights on, we help people do what they came to work to do. We provide stability and we help others thrive. Thank you.
Who wants to go first?
I can. So you've developed proprietary tools like Smart Tracker and Smart Stager. We just saw on the screen here that you brought up cybersecurity. How are you, what practices are you doing that will ensure your customers and clients' proprietary information are safe?
That's a very complicated question. So for the federal government, there's a whole list of requirements that we have to comply with. On the commercial side, it's very similar, especially in the oil and gas or energy sector. So that's where that $100,000 comes in. So it's a lot of procedures. It is a lot of monitoring, a lot of logging, validation of logins, multi-factor authentication, making sure that we have redundancies in place to ensure that everything is being protected and nefarious actors can't worm their way through.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how to ask you a question. It's so it's so in depth that I don't know where to begin. I'll just add a side question. As far as community aside from business, what is the company interested in? Like, where you put your money into the community?
A couple of different things. So primarily, we fund children and veterans. So when we're looking for things to support and how we encourage our employees to donate their time and their money, it is for services that support either children in need or veteran and military spouse programs.
Okay.
So my personal passion is the fallen outdoors.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you talk a bit about your market strategy? Obviously, you mentioned some industries that are incredibly resourced and very much in need of what you guys do. How do you guys stay fresh when it comes to strategizing within that market?
Yeah, so it varies whether we're looking at the commercial side or the federal side. So the federal side is a lot more complex, especially with everything that's going on right now. The benefit of the federal side is it's all public. We can see it posted, we know when things expire, we know what's coming up, and we can build our strategy around what's coming up that fits with what we do. On the commercial side, it is a lot of relationship building, traveling to conferences, getting to know people, leveraging relationships, following the money, right? So there's a lot of infrastructure projects going on right now and figuring out where that money's going, where it's happening, who do we know in that area.
Got you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you've been successful for over 2 decades in a really volatile energy market. What practices and that are within your culture that have allowed you to stay adaptive and resilient through industry shifts?
Honestly, internally, it's a culture of transparency, being willing to talk about the hard things and the problems and the challenges, and being willing to pivot when the direction you're going isn't the right direction. And that's hard.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine Hopkins with ASCII Federal Services, LLC. And that is it. We have now heard from all of the folks pitching their incredible businesses. The judges, I don't envy you. Your job is tough. That's why we're going to give them 30 minutes. But right now, let's just give a round of applause to every single person who is up on this stage, bravely pitching their heart. So what we're gonna do now is let the judges collect themselves. Everyone else, we're gonna stay seated here for the next minute or two or so. They're gonna collect their notes, any fuel that they may need. They're gonna go off, and for about 30 minutes, they're gonna deliberate and debate and then come back with their answers. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're going to mix and mingle. We're going to enjoy ourselves. It's gonna be a 30-minute intermission. We're gonna be replaying the marketing videos for our virtual attendees, and everyone can, of course, help decide that prize. It's $1,000 for the best marketing video. The voting is simple. You just scan the QR code. It's on the screens. There are some in the bar, the flyers that you have if you turn them over, and you'll vote via Slido. And now I'd like to invite Audra Davis, who has some special shout outs to folks who were talking about or who have donated during this event.
Hello, I am a very caramel woman in a black dress with this very lovely blonde and black hair. Thank you all for just being here and being in support of all of these businesses. I've got to watch them go through the process, and I watch people every year. It's always so much fun and also high stress and all the things you're like, oh, I want all my babies to win. Anywho, right now, donor shout outs. So for people who have been donating, we are thanking you so heavily. By your first name, we have Genevieve, Maria, Patty, Mojale, Jens, Pablo, Joseph, Rosita, Henry, Jordan, Susan, Tina, Joanna, Kwan, Jessica, and Shala. Thank you so much to our donors. And some people have donated after we made the list, so also thank you to all of you. And right now, I think we're gonna go well into that intermission, so please go into the other side. We're gonna have some music playing as well and more appetizers. Let's eat, let's have some fun, let's talk to people and do the thing.
Lotao Asian Market, where culture meets community. Located in beautiful Bend, Oregon, we will be one of only 2 Asian markets within a 3 to 6 hour drive. Lotao is built on authenticity, accessibility, and community, bringing real Asian groceries closer to home and creating a one-stop destination for food, culture, and connection. Our target market includes 3 groups: Asian residents of Bend, the wider Central Oregon community, and local restaurants and chefs. Lotao goes beyond being a store. Our social impact is rooted in community, amplifying Asian voices, small business collaboration, and cultural advocacy. Our mission is to build a bridge that connects cultures and inspires belonging.
Across the Pacific Northwest, we lose more than 4 farms every single day. And here in Valley County, most of our food is trucked in. With our small population, supplies are already limited, and when tens of thousands of tourists arrive each summer, they get stretched even thinner. That's why I started Idaho Wild. We're growing fruits and veggies right here at home.
It's tough. Our growing season is short, and I'm out here most nights covering crops just to keep them alive.
But this is bigger than my farm. By selling at farmers markets and to local chefs, we're building resilience and keeping farming alive for the next generation here in our community.
Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu is more than a gym. It's a gathering place built on respect, resilience, and inclusion. We combine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training space with hostel-style accommodations at a venue fit to host visitors and martial artists from all over the world. Building on the community foundations we've created in Seattle, our school will be a sanctuary space for people who are often overlooked in combat sports, especially queer and transgender athletes. We've already proven the demand by hosting martial arts tournaments and training events that have brought hundreds of competitors and participants from across the globe. With Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu, we're expanding that energy into a permanent home, where the fight isn't just on the mat, it's for equity, resilience, and belonging.
In Washington, heritage ingredients are scarce. Shipping is expensive, waits are long, and quality is often low. Caribbean professionals crave the flavors of home, and food adventurers seek bold, farm-fresh taste. Yesma grows over 50 cultural crops and transforms them into authentic Caribbean sauces, pickles, and jams sold at markets across the Sound. But we go beyond the jar. We're strengthening our local food system by training the next generation of farmers and sourcing ingredients from neighboring sustainable growers. We're not just selling crops and condiments, we're preserving traditions, restoring memories, and igniting the flavors of home.
Hello, my name is Paulo Vasquez, owner of TG Street Tacos here in Capitol Hill, inside Captain Black's. This is for everyone that wants to enjoy a delicious street tacos, just like the ones made there in Tijuana. Seattle has plenty of Mexican food, but it's missing one thing, the authentic taste of Tijuana street tacos. That's the opportunity TG Street Tacos is capturing. We serve tacos, loaded fries, burritos, and more, all made fresh to order, just like back home in Tijuana. I've already hired 3 Latino employees who came here for a better future, and a brick and mortar will let me employ even more. It's not just a job, it's a place where Latino workers could feel at home cooking the food they grew up with. Winning this competition will help us secure a brick and mortar location, expand my team, and bring Seattle the taqueria it deserves. And that's why TG Street Tacos should win. Cheers.
Ever tried saffron ice cream before? Hi, I'm Prajakta. I left tech spreadsheets behind to chase my love for ice cream and started Souk, an Indian-inspired artisanal ice cream brand in Seattle. We dream up flavors that you've never seen before, like blueberry with tulsi sorbet or lavender with tamarind chutney swirl. They're familiar with a little Indian mischief. Our milk is slow cooked the old school way for extra creamy and caramel-like flavor. And because joy tastes better when shared, we source from local farmers and small businesses, weaving community into every bite. What makes us different? We're not just serving dessert, we're serving soup, which means happiness and inner peace.
Hi, my name is Alina, founder of Nina's Matcha, a matcha pop-up cafe here in Seattle. I started this out of my love for matcha and the joy it brings when it's made with care. I traveled all the way to Japan to visit farms and sourced ceremonial-grade matcha myself. Every drink is hand-whisked and gives steady energy without the crash. My target demographic is students, young professionals, and wellness seekers who want a healthier, more meaningful alternative. Beyond the cup, I honor Japanese tea traditions, tie in my Somali roots of hospitality, and collaborate with women-owned businesses. We use milk and cream from local dairy farmers and serve every drink in compostable cups. Mina's Matcha is my passion. Thank you for listening.
Every year, nearly 6 million Americans use crutches, and every one of them faces the same challenge. You can't carry a drink without risking a fall. That's why I created Crutch Carries, the first patent-pending aluminum drink holder designed to bolt directly into crutches. It's strong, stylish, and made to last. Our mission goes beyond convenience. By giving people back their hands, Crutch Carries restores independence, reduces accidents, and brings confidence back into daily life, starting right here in our community.
Hi, I'm Tak, owner of Mix Pantry in Seattle. Asian-owned food brands are often pushed into the ethnic aisle where they struggle to be seen. We solve that by curating with care, amplifying their stories, and making discovery easy. Our core customers are young professionals reconnecting with roots and the curious home cooks eager to learn from our communities. At our Seattle shop, guided tastings and events make exploration easy. Online, we showcase a wide range of Asian-owned brands, including those from the Pacific Northwest, scaling their reach while making exploration simple and convenient. For us, every order is a bridge, connecting people through Asian flavors and stories. We give small brands the shelf space they are often denied and amplify their stories to build a stronger community of entrepreneurs. Mix Pantry, giving small makers a bigger voice and giving customers a chance to belong.
We help businesses manage complex supply chains so that they can grow sustainably and deliver on what they promise. We focus on energy, federal contracting, and small manufacturers that rely on inventory, equipment, or products. Our clients do not just get logistics support. They gain a true partner who sees hidden problems and solves them before they cost time or money. Most of our team are veterans and military spouses, bringing a shared sense of duty, discipline, and mission focus to every project we undertake. And we share our expertise by coaching and educating small businesses, because when they thrive, communities thrive.
I was being like, can we get,
All right, thank you everyone for making your way back in to the main room, to the ballroom, and finding a seat. We have the finale of this evening's event. 10 years of doing this and I still get butterflies. Or I haven't done this for 10 years. 5 years of doing this, but 10 years overall, and I still get butterflies. I can only imagine the folks waiting to find out the results. So let's not, keep them from those results any longer. Welcome back. Judges are here, and we're about to learn who the winners of Impact Pitch 2025 are. But first, before we do, we want to bring Mr. Joe Sky Tucker, President and CEO of Business Impact Northwest, to the stage to say a few words.
Hi, everyone. Whew, what an event. Thank you for making 10 years such a wonderful time. We were talking earlier, there are about 5 or 6 of us who have been in all of them. And we've had about over 500 businesses come through and given away well over $300,000 to small businesses. So let's give a round of applause. I have 2 functions up here tonight. One, I have to thank a lot of people that made this event possible. And then I just want to talk about the importance of this kind of event in these times. But before I jump into some of the serious stuff, I really want to thank our Master of Ceremonies. Can we give it up for Travis one more time? And our amazing judges. I'm not quite sure how you made this decision, but I appreciate the work that you did on this. And I'm already off script. I am supposed to do a self-description. I am 5'10", I'm a white 5'10", middle-ish aged man. I am wearing blue glasses. Shout out to Nathan and my blue glasses buddy over here, a black sport coat. And this is also for T-Dub, I gotta show off the shoes. I mean, look at these, come on. I need to thank my amazing staff. They make me look so good every day. So give it up for all the Business Impact Northwest employees. They really shepherd people through this process. It is not an easy process for the business owners. So it's a sorry, not sorry moment for you all. We know that we're putting you through your paces to make you a successful business. And I want to thank my board of directors for supporting me and letting me do what I do. So let's give it up for them. If you're watching online or at the watch party, make some noise down there too, or drop some fun stuff into the chat. So thank you to Unitas Credit Union and to Point West Credit Union for hosting us down in Oregon. We'll be looking to spread this across the region as we go. And now I'm going to read a whole bunch of names because we give away a lot of money every year to do this event. And without our sponsors, we would not be able to give away this money. And so I am going to ask you to hold your applause until I have read all, pretty long list here. So I want to give them their due, but I also don't want us to be breaking our hands as we're clapping. So at the end, and I'll give you, we'll have an applause sign or something come on, and then you can thank all the sponsors. But it is really, without their support, this event would not be possible. So first and foremost, Harborstone Credit Union for being our title sponsor for 10 years. To our sustaining partners, including BECU, the Small Business Administration, the USDA, the Washington Employees Credit Union, and Columbia Bank. So those are our sustaining partners that have been with us and support us in multiple ways. To our in-kind sponsors, including Live Oak Video and Audio and Visual, who are the ones helping us stream this out across the interwebs so everyone can participate. To RMH Floral Designs, I'm going to butcher this, I apologize, to our photographer, Natia Photography, Wind Me Up, the Seattle Latino Chamber of Commerce. All of those donated items to us and their time or took money off of theirs, and we were so appreciative of that. And to the event sponsors, again, Harborstone Credit Union being our title sponsor, to Amazon, to JP Morgan Chase, Columbia Bank, Washington Trust Bank, Northwest Bank, First Security Bank. If you're a bank, we got you, is basically what I'm saying. Federal Home Loan Bank, TaxUSign, Beneficial State Bank, Point West Credit Union, and Unitas Credit Union. Okay, now you can give them a very hearty round of applause. I have also to acknowledge that we lost a staff member not that long ago. She was a former staff member. She left us in May, but I want to just acknowledge Erica Whitfield. She loved this competition. She had been with us for many years and helped many businesses come through this. She was a business coach with our Women's Business Center, and she passed away recently because of complications due to cancer. So I just want to acknowledge her and her amazing work. She was just a lovely, lovely person to work with and just filled with joy, and her clients loved her. So thank you, Erica, and I want to acknowledge her. And it's a sad day for the Bin family that we have lost her. I'm standing here having a kind of a moment, reflecting on 10 years, and then also reflecting on this year. It has not been an easy year for us as an organization, and kind of no matter where you fall within the political landscape, this is a tough moment. And what this competition started as, and what its promise is that we wanted to have a competition that an accountant could win, or any kind of business could win, that wasn't focused on the tech sector and those sorts of businesses. And also to highlight how small businesses are making their communities better. Because we are better together. I don't think that there's any way else to say that. I don't know how to fix all of what is going on, but I know that if we do it together, we can accomplish great things. And so my ask at this moment, as we kind of think about and reflect on where we are, is that if we all just do a little bit more, whatever that means to you, collectively, wherever you fall politically, personally, if we all just do a little bit more together, we can solve this. And that is what this competition shows. There are people that took the stage tonight whose communities are being erased, targeted, and killed. And we need to stand up for them, because if we can look away, then we have the comfort and the privilege of doing so. So don't look away. We can do this together. I understand that this is a little somber at this moment, but I really firmly believe that if we do this together, and if we're planful and we're supporting each other, we can accomplish amazing things. So that is my plea to you all. Whatever a little bit more is, do that. Make a plan for that for the next little while as we can get through this, because, as I said, we are always better together. I'm going to have to pivot us into a more fun moment, so we'll shake off that. I didn't intend to go that deep with it, but I have a room filled with people who I know also believe in the power of this work. And so I appreciate all of you. So again, we're going to shake it off and we're going to give away some money because now is the fun part. I also want to just mention that win or lose, all of these businesses are amazing. It's not a statement on which business is better or going to be more successful in the future. It is merely a reflection of what the judges thought and what this competition brought out. So these businesses are amazing regardless of whether they get it. And every business gets $1,000 just for making it to this stage because we don't want anyone to walk away empty-handed. So with that, I'm going to bring Jason Hamblin up, one of our judges, to talk about Harborstone Credit Union really quick, and then we'll get to it. I know this is terrible for the anxiety in the room.
Well, you know what? Why don't I just lighten the load up a little bit? Let's give another round of applause for Joe. Yes. We're not going to be somber. We're going to celebrate tonight. How's that sound? So I am Jason Hamlin with Harborstone Credit Union, and I've been to all 10. I believe I've been to all 10 impacts. I'm so proud of that. We've done some great work together. Harborstone has stood together for, like we said, 10 years. We stand on the same foundations of building communities and building generational health for all of us, our wealth and health. But yeah, so without any more waiting, I think people want their money, don't they? Yeah? Okay. All right.
All right, the first award is the audience favorite marketing video. And the award goes to TJ's Street Tacos. All right, get your drum rolls ready. The Startup Idea Phase Business Award goes to Lothau Asian Market. All right, get those drums ready. For Early Stage Business Award, the winner is Yes Ma Backyard Farm. All right, here we are, the last award of the night. The Established Business Award goes to, get those, yeah. How long can I draw it out before you throw stuff at me? Mixed Pantry, LLC.
Congratulations to everyone. We are so thrilled for this evening. Let's give everyone, the finalists, the winners, everyone in this room, all of the sponsors, one more round of applause. Thank you for joining us as well. This is all about promoting inclusivity and positivity and the impacts in our local communities. And you can, of course, read more about these folks or any of the other finalists, the winners, on businessimpactnw.org. And of course, you can also join the mailing list. And here's the deal. The evening is over, but we'd like to ask everybody here to stick around, including sponsors, judges, because we want to take a lot of pictures as well. And you're welcome to take some pictures too. I'm sure there are some family members who are very proud of these folks. Thank you everyone for being here. Happy 10-year to this amazing organization and this incredible event. Thank you.